welcome to JB Trio Podcasts, Season 9, Episode 10. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
Chris Woodman Steve.
Little interruption.
Yeah, Mark, the ancient warrior merchant.
I go second.
After last week, I think you got demoted to third.
Yeah, right. You did. You dropped down to third now.
No, this podcast started with you firstly, then me, and then Mark was a guest.
But, like, after last week, you're now down to the third host.
No.
I mean, last week was a prime example of when somebody's so determined to bowl that it doesn't matter what shots out there, they're going to bowl good. And no, it was not on Only Dad's team.
And this is accurate. This
was on the other damn team.
Yes, but Neil and Joe Bear they just had my number. They just had all our numbers. I seen Neil and Joe Bear bowl the best here. I think Joe Bear pulls his back out and still was so determined. He was so determined to beat me.
Yeah, and then Neil bowls his highest series of the year. He was definitely a fucking Brady that day.
Yep, he was.
And then
Joe Bear.
TJ.
So it's just like the fact that I'm happy that I bring the best out of people. So they're welcome. They're welcome.
It says that it was the easiest match they've ever faced in their team history.
He even tried to make it so uncomfortable that that Neil sat at your table.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? You already knew that?
Yeah. No, I sat at his table.
Oh, wait a minute. How come your teammates were all with you and then all of a sudden he sits with you guys?
Well,
you made it a team affair? You told your team to go invade their table?
Well, I was trying to imitate that if that I was on the winning team. So when people saw me, like, okay, Chris is on the winning team. So okay, we're good.
So you were wishful thinking that you were bowling with Neil instead of against him.
Correct.
Oh, I'm sure that makes your teammates feel real good.
Somebody said he was trying to recruit for next year.
Already?
Someone did say that, though.
I mean, you guys made it all the way up to, what was it, like six?
Six.
And well, we'll get to the standings here in a second, but it's not looking good.
Hey, we're still in the top 10.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Top 10, and you dropped 10.
That's accurate. That's very accurate.
And we're still in the top 10.
Why don't we go ahead and reveal, instead of keeping everybody at wit's end, let's go ahead and go over the fastest 3 minutes of bowling. And the first pair is team number 8, which is Almost Empty Nest against team 4, Mustache Ride. And Mustache Ride found the winning ways again. They won 40 out of 48. So kudos to them. Brian's been on a tear here lately. He's going to crack the top 3 in average here pretty soon. He's already at 201 from a 189 start. So good job for Brian Brimmerman, who's on a hot streak. Held up his team again that week in 140. Next pair was team number 7. Wow, this is the infamous pair. Long Live Rock. That's Neil, Gilbert, and TJ against the Only Dads. Can you be called the Only Dads again? Did you guys lose the name even?
Yeah, we went down to only one dad.
So Only Dad.
Uh-huh.
So instead of dads, it's now Only Dad. I don't even know if we should even kept score here because it was pretty one-sided. As you heard earlier, Neil bowled his highest series of the year, nearly 750. Should have been higher. He had a couple of opens in the 10th. So he had 2 games where there was opens in the 10th, and he basically still shot 750.
Yeah, let's move on. Next team. And
so the end outcome was 48-0 to the Neil fucking Brady team. So 48-0, just like we predicted last week that Neil was going to walk in and it was all business. Well, he started out that way, but then he loosened up, sat at your table, invaded your table. It's kind of like how the Lions beat up on the Cowboys and their fans invaded the stadium.
Well, believe it or not, we were actually having a nice conversation throughout the whole bowling event. We were talking about movies and quotes and
how about boobies?
We were talking about we're saying quotes and we have to think about what movie that quote came from.
Oh, movies! Oh yeah, just like when he did his little movie thing with
does. And we're talking about what's a good movie and what's a good movie to be like when we were kids. So we actually got even TJ was like really into the conversation. So
when the beatdown is so bad that you can't talk about anything, forget about the bowling, just go ahead and talk about anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the only dance hopefully will bounce back because that was the worst beating they took all year. But we shall see. We shall see. Next pair, Team 6. This is Housequake, Ensline, Henderson, and Patrick. Went against Team 9, the hottest team in the league, the Ball Fondlers. And they did what they were supposed to do, which is be the first place team and beat up everybody else. And they sure did. 44 out of 48. So almost a perfect night for those guys. Almost had 2 perfect nights out of 2 teams. So they won big. We'll tell you where they ended up in the standings here in a second. And the next pair was the post bowl pair. It was team number 11, Three Fingers Deep, who post bowled against Here for the Beer, Team 10, Mike Wang, Camilla, and Jose Belcher, the baseball player. And as it turns out, Camilla's team did really good that night. And then the post bowl happened just actually a couple hours ago. We got the results in, and it turns out Team 10 whooped on that team that post bowl 32 out of 48. Mark has a little insight on that. So Mark saw a little bit what happened. What had happened? Why did they not have the success they had on the last post bowl?
Well, this time around they were on lane 3 and 4. Instead of down at 27 and 8.
Did you see Andre's scores? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, he pulled a Woodmansey. He pulled a 150, 260.
You're right.
His first game was 130. So, yeah, Andre, they had a hell of a time on that 3 and 4. But unfortunately, where the post bowl worked out in their favor last time, not at all this time. They had a hard time. They couldn't get on the lanes that they wanted to. We don't know what kind of shot was out there. It could have been a pre-shot that was already bowled on. So,
yeah, it was. It was a senior old folks shot.
It was a senior shot. Or the senior league had finished in between 1 and 4 o'clock. And so, unfortunately, they couldn't get anything going for them. They didn't bowl horrible. I think the one that bowled the best was I actually think it was Rick that bowled the best, at least closest to his average. Because George and Andre only had 1 good game each, and it wasn't together. So they lost. So they only won 16 out of 48, which we'll have an update to the standings here shortly. The next pair that bowled last Tuesday, both teams were there. Team 12, Pin High, Tina Clay and Craig. They bowled against my team, Hawk Tool WAP. Myself, David Pride, and Peyton Estes. And we bowled good again. Peyton bailed us out again, had another good week. And we won 31 out of 48. So we couldn't even get an odd. We got to wound up with an odd number win. But we did good. We held it up. We could have lost. It was a tight match, but gave us a couple of good games, but felt sorry for us, I guess, a little bit just to have us win a little bit. So thanks to you guys. Appreciate you guys, Gino and Craig and Tina. And then the last pair was Team 5, In-Laws or Outlaws. That's Eric and Tina against Team 2. We got balls minus Mark. Help to tell us what happened that week. So it was Kyle and Ron. There was 2 against 2. And it turns out that either team as well just said, why don't we just split and go home? Because that's what happened. It was 24 to 24.
KYS.
Tonight. And it was actually a lucky thing that happened because the first 2 games was nearly a sweep for Team 5, In-Laws or Outlaws. Mark's team was looking at only winning less than 40, but somehow pulled out a major victory at the end. Not only did they win Game 3, they come back and won all their total points. So they swept. It was like sweeping the third game, and I think Mark may have lost his total pins. Was the only one that lost that. 12 and 10. They ended up splitting the night 24 out of 24. So the standings with a little minor adjustment. Oh, who's going to get that? All right. First place with a dominant lead. The Ball Fondlers are at 376. They have a 65% winning percentage. They're 376 and 200, so they got 176 points above 500, about 500 average, that is. Long Live Rock in second. They're at 352. They're only 24 points behind, so that's basically a half a week. Here for the beer is where we start the adjustments. They still wind up in third no matter the adjustment, but with the adjusted point total, they are now at 331, but still in third. Hop to a Whap, my team, in fourth. Can't believe it. So we are at 314. Three Fingers Deep got an adjusted amount here from their post bowl. They are sitting at 302.
No problem. You have a good day. All right. Good night.
What's Camilla want to say?
She wants to say hi.
Hey, Camilla. Hello. All right, to finish off the standings, we got Mustache Ride in sixth at 285. We got Balls at 274. They're in seventh. Team 5 is in eighth place, 264. Pin High at 259. They're in ninth. Only Dad's got knocked all the way down to 10th place. They're at 252, the same points as last week.
Still top 10.
Almost Empty Nest at 238 in 11th. And in last place, 209, Housequake.
They lost 48 points.
He's talking to his wife for those.
No, Camilla said, like, how do you drop from 6th to 10th?
Yes, they lost 48.
God.
And they won 32 points, so they're in third still, but they, like I told them last week,
We're in first, so.
they're going to be bowling against Team 9, the first place team. And if there was, this is going to determine probably the fate of both teams, because if they lose this week, this is the only time they bowl them before position round. They've got to gain on them, so they must beat them.
What's the difference between first place and third place?
Let's see, Camilla's team's at 331, and they're at 376, so that's 45 points.
Oh, so it's one game.
One week, yes. But they, whatever they lose, the other team gains. So they better make it minimum. They better almost go 48-0.
Mm-hmm.
And because again, they don't get another chance to bowl them. And then position round, remember we said earlier, so we got 4 weeks of regular week bowling and position round.
Yeah.
It's like their averages never drop. I don't get it. I mean, their handicap is in the 200s still. It's nuts.
Yeah, why? They've been bowling really good. Why didn't their handicap hasn't been adjusted?
I just think the secretary's fucking up. I mean, really.
Why is their handicap not adjusted?
Yeah, like every week they're bowling good, you say, and then they still got 200 pins handicap. I don't get it.
Well, look at it this way. Their averages are very easy to maintain and very easy to hit at the same time. Like,
they don't just hit it, they go over it.
But let's say we've got, I'm totally thinking at random. Let's pick Chris to use as an example. So we got Chris.
That's sandbagging.
So we got Chris,
I'm doing it on purpose.
who will come in and he'll bowl a 630, which is normally about 50 pins above his average. But then he'll come in the next week and he'll bowl a 502, which is about 80 pins under his average. So these guys, on the other hand, their averages are so low that when they bowl bad, they bowl their average. But they've done nothing good going. What the hell is that noise? What are you playing, a game?
Okay,
Like somebody's in their car.
But we can all agree that the past month they've been bowling really good.
Oh yeah, well I mean really good though. It's like 20 to 30 pins higher for them, and that's hard to bowl against. So every team, if you go up and down the board, except for Mark's team, has a lower average than what they had from let's say week 4. So from week 4 and beyond, everybody had a low average except for Mark's team, and they're paying the price for it right now. But every team started out low, and they're working their way up, especially that Team 9.
True.
Oh, I still say the secretary must be fucking up. It's crazy.
That's an easy cop out.
They're the third highest handicap in the league.
I would put that team against any team in the league, actually. I'd put them in the men's league.
Let's get a sneak peek on what the pin differential between Camilla's team and their team, ball followers.
108 pins.
108 pins?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like a player. That's one player.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at 205.
108 more pins.
They're at 205, and Camilla's team is at
97.
Yeah.
205 to 97. Come on.
108.
108.
That's like adding Chris to the ball fawn list.
I'm just saying, all Christian brackets have to do is get a 3-bagger. Boom, they're at one.
Yeah, and they're very capable of doing it because they're two-handed bowlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I must admit, Brandon Jolly started out with like a 85 average. He is at 125. But again, with his new style, it's very easy for him to maintain it. Bowling bad basically means he's bowling average.
Okay.
That's the reason why that team is in the lead.
We should have two types of handicap. One for one-handers, one for two-handers.
Hey, that actually, I imagine that's been discussed, like in legitimate USBC meetings from the higher ups, not just local. I'm talking about national. I bet the PBA bowlers have looked at that. I mean, when Belmonte first come out and he was a two-hander, I'm positive a lot of those PBA guys said, why is he able to bowl with the rest of us?
So they're about to have like two PBA leagues. They're about to have two PBA events, like one for one-hander only and one for two-handers only.
Well, I imagine they said the same things with lefties. You know, lefties have been the most scrutinized bowler in the history of bowling. They've been bowling right alongside the right-handers for 100 years. So
but there's so few lefties. There's so few lefties out there.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. There's probably more two-handers than there are lefties. But lefties were the first bitch.
Yes, it was.
Hey, Mark, have you ever had a lefty on your team before, besides my dad?
I'm trying to think.
I mean, Camilla's a lefty, in a way.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm subbed early on with Craig Voren and Bell and them, but I don't think I had a lefty other than your dad.
Wow. That is rare then. So, I mean, in the league, we've got Craig, who's a lefty, Michael Henderson, who's a lefty, I guess, if you want to count Camilla as a lefty. She technically throws a backup ball as a right-hander, but I don't even know if I would count that as lefty.
No, she used the left side of the lane to hook it, and she hits Brooklyn.
I'll give her that. Let's say that counts as 3. Anybody else? I can't think of anybody else.
No, that's it. That's all I got. Yeah.
So 3 out of 35. Yeah, and then two-handers, we got Brandon.
I mean, unless Ryan Curtis subs. So.
Yeah, that's true too. Let's say 3 1/10, since he only comes every 10 weeks. But two-handers, we got Brandon on on one team. We got all 3 bowlers are two-handed on team 9. Although technically the middle guy, Christian, is somewhat of a, like he starts out with 2 hands and then he goes to 1. So he's like a half.
Yeah, he's a hybrid.
So yeah, there you go. Hybrid. He's high.
He might be.
We got, let's see, what another team I can think of. Christian Gomez is a two-hander. And then his partner Matthew is a two-hander. So there's already 5 right there. They're just 2 teams that I can think off the top of my head.
I'm two-handed.
So you got 5 guys that are cheating using 2 hands.
Yeah, pretty much.
They can't grip their own with 2 hands.
Pretty much. Some would say it's better to handle your balls with 2 hands.
I mean, all I need is 1.
Some would say.
All I need is 1 hand. That's all I need.
That doesn't sound too good, Chris.
I'm a pro.
Oh, that's why. Are you getting out of a car or something?
Yeah, I'm getting stuff in the car.
Ah, that's what that is. Did you guys ever get that car fixed?
Nope.
Oh, wow. He worked on it all night and he still couldn't fix it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, well, I hope he gets it fixed. He's working, Diego's been working on his car all weekend. They still can't. What is wrong with it? A transmission?
Starter.
Starter. Ugh, that's even worse.
So is Diego a mechanic?
No, he's learning. He's learning, and he's like on the go learning.
He's learning from YouTube videos.
Yeah. Just it's putting in a starter ain't that difficult.
For him,
apparently he put the new starter in, but there's something else wrong. It's still not going on.
Y'all gonna have to suck it up and take it to a mechanic. They'll probably say, "Well, if you brought it in, it would have been $50, but y'all did more damage than good, and now it's $2,000."
So it's just not. Is it clicking or not clicking?
I have no idea. We heard it Saturday.
I was about to say it started Saturday. It just won't run. It just after that it dies. So who knows what it is now?
Maybe the regulator or something.
Yeah, could be, but it's hard to say. It's an old car too. What year is it?
2006.
Yeah, it's like 18 years old.
A Honda.
One of those Honda Civics like I used to have.
With 217,000 miles on it.
Oh, man. Actually, nowadays, that ain't too bad anymore. I'm almost at 200,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could hear it. Yeah, I can definitely hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least the radio works.
Yeah, the radio definitely works. All right, so Chris, why don't you take over? Tell us what happened in the second scratch pack of the year.
Let me get the list out. All right. Time for the Chris Coke Bottle Scratch Bracket Round 2. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players.
Dang.
14 players signed up. Yeah, 14 players signed up, and only 8 are going to the next round.
The top 8.
Top 8. With that being said, number 1, leading it, Bill fucking Brady with a 748.
Jesus.
Second place, Ron Reynolds with a Devil's number 666.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Third place, Jose Beltray.
Hey, he got in. Good for him.
641. Fourth place, Matthew Macy. 612.
There's one two-hander already.
612 takes it. Fourth place. Fifth place is Joe Bear. 608.
Yeah. Yep.
Gilbert. Joe Bear.
That's where he's going to be, right around there.
All right. Now, we're about to go to 6, 7, 8 here. But since we had a late coming showing of George Martinez ruined the outcome of the list before he joined.
Oh, man.
The list would have been different if he never joined.
So it's an adjusted list.
Yes, but since he joined and we're taking his blind scores or his post-bowl scores, he changed the list. So one person did not make the cut because of George. So in sixth place, George Martinez was a 600.
So Joe Bear was in fifth?
Yeah, Joe Bear was in fifth. George Martinez is in sixth. Okay, now in seventh place, Peyton Patron Estes with a 592.
Oh, wow.
592. Now, in eighth place, right, is Mark Merchant.
What? He didn't even bowl.
582.
Yep.
Now, previously, before George's score was entered, before I had George's score, I had Peyton in sixth, Mark in seventh, and in eighth place was Lee Jr.
What the hell?
With a 575.
Oh, my God. So I lost to a guy that post-bowled and the guy that wasn't even there.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. That's like playing poker on Saturday.
If George was not there, you would have made it.
Wow. That's crazy.
So that is your final 8.
And Mark's damn average is like 205 with his handicap, and so he's at
204.
204, so he's at 592 without even showing up.
Yep.
Wow.
You know, I will say, you want to know why I didn't come? My daughter, 16-year-old daughter, has had mono.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it's been bad for her. I never realized how bad mono can be. I mean, we had to rush her to the hospital that Tuesday night.
Oh, wow.
And she couldn't swallow, and she couldn't take any of her medicine, and then they had to put her on. I guess what happened is she developed 2 abscesses in the back of her throat.
Oh, God.
And they had to stick a needle numb it and stick a needle in there to draw the pus out of these 2 abscesses behind her throat.
You gotta drain it. Yeah, you gotta drain it.
Yeah. So it was, it was really pretty scary there for a bit. So I didn't have a chance to make it. And
Yeah, that's your baby girl.
yeah.
Wow.
I'm really sorry about that, man.
But she's doing good now, I tell you, the visit to the hospital, after they did that and then they pumped her with all this steroids and stuff, she's really turned the corner. So.
Oh, that's good.
How did she get that?
I don't know, man. Another girl at her school got it, so it's going around.
She went to school with it?
No, she didn't go to school with it, but somebody that goes to school with her, another girl had it. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I never knew mono to be as bad as.
Hey, I thought it was pneumonia. Pneumonia was bad, or pneumonia.
It's been renamed to pneumonia.
Well, I said the pH.
Yeah, it's now called pneumonia. It's the new strand of COVID.
Man, we'll pray for her, man. We're glad she's getting better, Mark.
Yeah, she is doing much better.
Oh, good. Oh, good. So, well, yeah, that's that's a legit reason to miss bowling, unlike sniffles or food poisoning.
Yeah.
Sniffles, like me, they call me Sniffles. Like, I don't know, because I'm always sick. I don't know.
Because, Camilla, that's what he tells us when he doesn't bowl. The 3 times that he missed, that he caught cold.
Funny.
But you're here now to tell us the truth. Is it because he's just being lazy?
I'm tired sometimes, yes.
She's already told us it's a lot has to do with the hemorrhoids.
Yeah, she pushed them back in.
Oh, that's a little bit too much TMI. That's all right. You were giving us some TMI information on Saturday night.
What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, remember when he said, I can't tell it. I can't tell it. She said,
I did you in the car when I was stressed out. I grabbed your boob and I'm like, oh, baby, it makes me feel so much better. It's like a stress reliever. It's a stress reliever.
So what happened to your card game on Thursday?
Peyton ended up winning the last season league. Congratulations, Peyton. And who came in second, Lee? I forgot who.
Yeah, it came in second. Well, we had a game Thursday too. I did good. What did I play? That was our first week, wasn't it? Or no, did we take a week off?
Second week.
Oh yeah, it was our second week. I can't remember where I placed, like 4th, but Peyton took first on that night, and then turned around and we finally finished our other league from last month. Took us a month because of all the scheduling chaos. And we finally finished it, and Peyton took first, I took second, and Leland took third.
Yep.
It's the same final table that it was on Thursday. On Thursday, out of 18 players, the final 3 was me, Peyton, and Leland again.
The McDonald's are racking in money.
So,
Peyton walked out with 340. Lee walked out with 200. Lee Land walked out with 190. I mean,
wow. Yeah, Peyton, he's been cashing in, and he's getting a lot of hate mail. He's getting people that are starting to dislike him. Tanya is like all over the place with him, and she's like, I don't know if it's maybe a little jelly, but it's definitely something.
You're talking about the Ace 9?
Was it Ace 9? Oh,
yeah, it was Ace 9. She's like, yeah, I lost to Peyton with the Ace 9 because she was the first one out Thursday.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And Peyton River the ace on the ace 9.
Or was it a actually it was a straight.
Oh, really?
I think he had like a 6-9. She had like an ace jack, and then she got like a jack. He hit a straight on the river.
Oh, with the ace being top?
It's like no, he had like either a 6-9 or a
Oh, he had a low straight.
10,
Okay.
and so it was a middle straight that he hit.
Yeah, middle straight.
But she caught the jack, but the jack was a part of the straight.
Damn it.
Yep. All right.
So I got the brackets. So now this is who we're going against.
Oh, really? You already got the names listed and everything?
Yes. All right. It is Neil Brady.
What's his name?
Neil fucking Brady versus George Martinez.
Serves him right. Serves him right since he knocked me out.
And underneath that, we have Jobert versus.
Is that the best French accent you got?
Yes. Jobert.
Really?
I mean, I understand Jobert.
Why do you gotta change your voice when you say that?
I don't know. It's funny. All right. Jobert versus Mark the fucking Merchant.
Oh, that'll be a good match. Mark will actually be giving up pins. Of course, there's no pins to give up in this one. This is scratch.
Yes. Then we have Matthew Macy.
Wow.
Versus Jose Beltre.
Damn, another good one. I think the spread would be going towards TJ on that, or Jose on that one. I think it would be Matthew getting pins if there were handicap pins.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and then
Camilla said, how come she's not in?
Yeah, that's funny.
She would have kicked everyone's ass.
And then Peyton versus Ron. Peyton
against Ron? Oh, that's good.
That's a match, right? That's going to be a match right there on the lanes.
Oh, that's
facing each other.
Not only bowling heads up on the actual lanes, but they'll be bowling for the scratch bracket.
There you have it, guys.
We may have to put money on that one, Mark.
Yeah, that's going to be right there.
So
your guy against my guy.
Yeah. There you go.
Here we go with another episode of Beat Mark's Picks. We actually had somebody go undefeated this week.
Oh, wow. I can't wait to find out who.
Yeah. Somebody went undefeated because there was that 24-24 tie, and there was the post bowl that I factored in, and somebody went 6-0.
Hey, I wonder who it was.
And that person is Lee McDonald Jr.
Yes.
I knew it.
6-0. Chris, you were 5-1. If you didn't take you hadn't taken your team, you would have been 6. You had to take yourself, and you just got destroyed. You lost 48 points, and that was your only loss, too.
You know, if we took and added up like the winning points of all of our winners, comparing it to the losing points, he'd be at like 500.
Yeah. And I ended up 4 wins, 2 losses.
Oh, I'm in second.
Yeah. So as it stands overall right now, Lee is ahead, 39 wins, 21 losses. Chris is 3 back, 36 wins, 24 losses. And I'm 35 wins, 25 losses.
Wow. I got 3 points on Chris and 4 points on Mark.
You got it.
And we're coming up to the end. We only got 5 more weeks of bowling until this season's done. What a pushing.
Yep.
So I'm not taking any chances. I don't even care if I have to pick first. See, I pick first, and I still go 6-0, bitches.
Well, I'm not going to pick my team again, so don't worry about that.
Oh, man. All right, first on the agenda, team, and this is one of those weeks where the number of the team bowls their next number right next to them. So 6 goes against 5. That is housequake against in-laws or outlaws. What's the spread here?
Now, this is a good match. This is only a 2-pin difference going to Housebreak. Is only getting 2 pins.
Wow. I've been watching Eric Saunders bowl lately. He's been on a pretty good hot streak here lately. I have to go with in-laws or outlaws on this one.
Really?
Yeah, Saunders has been bowling pretty good. Eric Saunders.
I'm not sure Eric is bowling good. I think Tina was the one that might have done it last week.
Yeah, she did bowl good too.
I think she was the one that really made the difference last week. I think she had the highest with handicap, but I think the factor with them, I like that team as well, Team 5, in-laws and outlaws.
All right.
I think sometimes that blind that they have works in their favor.
I do too.
It's one less person to fuck up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I got your team, the one you picked, Lee. I got the Outlaws.
Oh,
right?
wow. A clean sweep. Well, good. That means I'll stay
3 up.
in points. 3 up.
Uh-huh.
All right. Now, this one's tough. This is going to be, I guarantee it's going to be a split decision. My team, Hawk Tua WAP, against Team 2, Mark's team. We got balls. What's the spread here?
Hey, the white ass C's get 42 pins.
42. I love it.
That's a lot.
And based on that, I'm picking my team because of that handicap.
Yeah, that's a lot. Chris, you jump in on this one.
42 pins, you say?
Yep.
Yep.
What lane?
23 and 24.
I got the wet ass penises.
Ugh.
All right. I'm going to take our team.
I figured as much.
I'm gonna be 2 up on Mark.
Yeah, and we may have some betting going on that lane.
Yeah, there is going to be some betting going on.
Ron against Peyton.
Yeah.
There'll be some betting going on.
You want to bet $10 on this?
$10 on this game, right? This match, we beat them. Yeah, I'll bet you the 10. I'll bet you the 10 you owe me. That our team,
how nice.
my team's going to be on the plus side.
So double or nothing.
Double or nothing, yeah.
That's nice. That's actually a nice bet, Chris. I'd take it.
All right, bet. Deal.
Double or nothing. All right. So next pair, 25 and 26. We got Pin High, Craig and Gino and Tina against Three Fingers Deep, especially after they struggled last week. We might not have an updated spread, or at least we could probably get a close one, but what's the spread of this as far as what's on the sheet without that post bowl?
Right. This is 3 against 4. It's 154 pins.
Oh, damn. And with how bad Three Fingers Deep bowled, I would probably wager it might be close to 150 or 148 or something, because they bowl pretty bad and they'll be dropping by at least 2 pins each or a pin each. I'm going to have to go, man, I can't, I love picking Gino's team because they do win more than they lose, although you wouldn't know it by the standings. But I'm going to have to honor Craig's wishes and pick against him. And every time I pick him, he says I curse him, and the podcast curse is a thing, as we all know. So I'm going with Three Fingers Deep. I'm giving the points. To hell with it. And what does Michael Jordan say? Fuck them points.
I'm going to take Pin High.
Oh, too much handicap. You're taking the points.
Yeah, I think once George finds out he's bowling Neil, he's going to fold.
Hopefully he doesn't know. No, there's no way that happened.
George listens to the podcast.
He's an avid listener.
Wait, George,
he listens.
Three Fingers Deep is going against Neil's team?
No, himself.
No, in that scratch bracket. And
Yeah.
He's an avid listener, so he'll hear it.
All right, Chris. This is a Jeopardy pick.
Pin High is Craig's team, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You're getting 154 or close to it.
And they're post bowling again? They're post bowling again?
Oh, no. They'll be here.
So they will be there tomorrow?
Yep. We'll all be on. Another thing we got to factor in, guys, it's an 8 o'clock start and it's a fresh shot.
Oh, shit, that's right. It is an 8 o'clock start.
Yeah. So this
Thanks for reminding me. I would have forgot that.
And a fresh shot. It's a fresh shot. So, with that being said, I got Rich Three Fingers Deep. I think Andre's going to fucking pull it out.
Yeah, that's got to factor in on. I don't think it'll factor too much in between mine and Mark's team. It might not factor too much into the first pick, but this pick here is definitely where it's going to factor in having a fresh shot. So it's
Yeah,
gonna,
I think
that's why I picked him. So Mark, if you want to read pick for this pair especially, now knowing that we have 8:00 start and we got fresh shot.
Yeah. No, I'll stick with it.
Wow.
That's a lot of points, though. That's a bowler and a half almost. All right, next pair we got Team 4 Mustache Ride against the Only Dads. What's the spread here? 300.
37 pins.
Whoa, that ain't much. I thought there'd be a lot more than that.
37 pins.
And that's the Only Dads?
Yeah. So yeah, it's the Only Dad. So you got to give it
just for Diego when he goes against Christian.
Yeah. So you got to give it to
So that means
Mustache Ride for sure, right?
that means Chris has to bowl Matthew Macy straight up, no handicap, and Chris Saunders has to bowl Brian Brimmerman straight up.
Yeah. Maybe.
And Chris Saunders has been bowling pretty good himself.
Oh yeah, maybe they can change their oil.
Change the lineup.
Yeah, they can.
That's what we're doing.
Why they lost on purpose so they can keep changing it. Although it didn't help them last week. I'm gonna go with. I want to pick you guys, Chris, but I don't want to drop it. I don't want to drop behind Mark. All right, I gotta do strategy here. I can't. I have to pick Mustache Ride only because I got to stay ahead of Mark.
Come on, that's bullshit.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I'm in friggin' third place. That's bullshit.
All right, I want to hear Mr. Confidence here. We saved you for last. What do you got? Are you gonna pick yourself?
You said we're friends, Lee.
I did, but I'm waiting for you to pick.
You said I was You said I was like your son.
I was gonna pick you guys, but Mark, I gotta stay ahead of Mark.
Stay ahead of me. Come on, you're already more ahead of me.
I thought I was like the son you never had.
The daughter I never had.
What did Mark get? What did Mark pick?
I'm going to take Mustache Ride. Hands down.
Hands down?
Yeah, if you want to bet another 10, I'm up for it.
Oh, parlay the bet. Parlay the bet.
Well, I would bet another 10 if I was going for my team.
I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, I got Mustache Ride on this.
Wow.
Hands down.
Hands down. Hands down. Wow. I can't believe it. Well, no, I can't believe it. All right, next pair. We got Team 7, Long Live Rock. That's Neil, Jobert. I can't do it in Chris's voice. Jobert and TJ against Team 8, Almost Empty Nest. I bet this will be another bowler. What's the spread here?
What do you think the spread is in this one?
Just take 2. It's going to start with a 2.
It is.
I knew it.
Yeah, 208.
Wow, 208. That's insane.
208.
That's the highest average on the pair. That's higher than Neil's average. And Neil's got a 206 average. That's how high. That's how many handicap pins are getting. Is that handicap is the highest on the highest average on the pair. All right. I hate picking first.
All right, no, I won't pick this one. I'll let you pick.
Yeah, that kind of helped me on the last one.
Yeah, it did.
And they bowled good on the not fresh shot last week. This could spell trouble for them this week under fresh shot. Because 208, my God, that's a lot of pins. You know what? I don't want to.
You get 208?
Almost Empty Nest. They get 208 pins. That means they're getting so many pins that not only equals the fourth bowler, but the fourth bowler has the highest average in the whole pair.
God damn.
That's how many pins they're getting. It's the highest average on the pair. I think knowing that Neil's going to do one of those weeks again where he loves when we give him competition or we give him a goal to bowl against. Because he comes in, it's all business. It's like, all right, I'm going to prove these guys that I'm going to overcome this handicap by myself. But his teammates are still there to help him out. So with that in mind, and especially analytics, they're in second, bowling against 11th. I'm going with Neil's team.
All right, good to hear, because I'm going with the other one.
I knew it.
Are you serious?
I'm taking the 208. Fresh shot. I mean, that fresh shot is not going to hurt almost empty nesters for sure.
It's only going to help them.
I mean, at the end of the day, they're either going to, it ain't going to hurt them. Now, I think it could cause issues with the other team.
It could, because they're used to bowling on a not so fresh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got Neil's team.
Oh, maybe Mark gains a point on both of us.
Yep.
Well, let's see, Neil. Let's see if you can prove Mark wrong, Neil.
Yeah. And I'll make this one statement with us, Lee. I think usually with that fresh shot, Kyle should really be hitting it.
I think so. I definitely think so. I think him and David, though, kind of cancel each other out. It's actually going to come down to you and me. And thankfully, you'll be giving me about 15 pins or so.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. I think Kyle's going to have it. He usually bowls well and
Yeah. David's been bowling
oil
pretty good
conditions
too, and he's actually going to get 15 pins on Kyle. So
yeah, I'll throw David off his game. Don't worry about it.
Well, at least David won't be hopping on your lane. You'll be bowling on his lane, so he'll be hopping on somebody else's lane.
Well, you never know. He could be hopping on my lane if he's on the left lane and I'm getting up on the right.
That's true. All right, the last pair we got, Team 10, here for the beer. This is going to be a match of the year. Here for the beer, third place team climbing hard, desperate need of a victory against the first place team, the hottest team in the league, the ball fondlers, the two-handers. What's the spread here, Mark?
108.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that, 108. Yeah. I bet you that's probably one of the lower spreads they've had to face against a team that's pretty decent in average. They're used to getting 150 or higher.
I'll go last.
Man, this is a tough one, and it's on a fresh shot. I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to tell the house we want to bowl on our own lanes. Nobody's ahead of us. Don't move us around. Give me this crap about bowling in the middle. Keep us on our own lanes. And so if that's the case, they'll be on 31-32 on a fresh shot.
Yeah, I mean, they should keep us on our lanes, right? Because nobody's bowling before us.
Exactly. This is a tough one. Man, I didn't think it was going to be this tough. I know Camilla's team is going to be more determined, especially with how I pumped it up last week. I told them that this is the only time they're going to bowl them before position round on their normal schedule. They won't have another chance to knock them down. So they're going to be probably in their own heads. Although I've never seen Jose bowl when he's really determined to win. So he may end up pulling a Neil Brady and bowling like 750. And, we had somewhat of a fresh shot in the summer league, and he bowled lights out in the summer. He was hot. I'm trying to talk myself into picking him, but again, the hottest team in the league.
Pick them. Come on.
Two-handed bowlers. I got to go with the ball fondlers. I got to do it.
Come on.
They're the best team in the league. I can't pick against them. It's like picking against the Patriots from 10 years ago. I can't do it.
Yeah, but that 31-32, they got, there's a wall right there. Two-handed could kill them.
Well, they're going to have a lot of oil, and two-handers tend to do good on oil, so I think they're going to damn it. The only problem is they don't normally bowl on oil. They bowl on dry stuff, so they don't really know how to adjust to it. I'm still going with them.
Okay. I tell you, when they oil 31-32, it's still dry. I don't know what it is, but 31-32, man, it just absorbs the oil. They could freshly oil those lanes and they'll still be hooking.
And it doesn't matter if it's the senior league or the league.
Yeah, it doesn't. I've seen it, like on Wednesday night, they ran the machine before we bowl and it's still hooking. I'm going to go with the Bond Fondlers because I really feel a shot is not going to be any different than their normal Tuesday night.
Yep, same reason why we picked the In-Laws or Outlaws against Housequake. So, all right, Chris, this is it, buddy. Your last chance to catch us on the point. It's all set up for you. It's all set up for you. And I want your wife to hear this too.
No, she's downstairs. I went upstairs. But I already told her I was going to pick for. I already had it in mind. Already locked it in. My wife's team here for the beer.
Hey, you did do the right thing. So that only helps you strategically, although probably not, but it's still a good faith pick in your wife. I'm proud of you. See, you are the son I never had. All right, so it's locked in. We are all in place. How many teams did we mix it up with? We had a few unanimous there, but we had to have at least 3 or 4 that were mixed.
Yeah, let me tell you, I'm on my own in 3 matches.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you can wind up in second by just a point behind if all goes
Right. Yeah, if all those go well. We have 2 other matches. We all got the same.
Yep.
And Chris is only 1 different than you.
Oh, wow. So you're guaranteed Chris to still be in second at least, right?
Yeah, so Chris is 1 different than you, and that is this last match where he took his wife and
Wow. Damn, Chris. I didn't know you liked me that much.
Yeah, all the other ones he took exactly the same team you did.
Well, maybe that's a strategic. I don't know.
That could be bad for you, Lee.
It could be. And all right, so we got the picks in real quick. We've got bowlers of the week was Neil Brady, of course. He shot nearly 750. He shot 748. So he's bowler of the week, 142 pins over. With kudos to TJ and David Pride. Ladies, not such a good week for them. Even though Camilla bowled almost a 530, she did not hit her average with that.
I thought Tina would have bowled good.
Tina Clay was the only one that bowled above her average, so she takes bowler of the week for the ladies, 14 pins over her average. So kudos to Tina. That was that last game she bowled against us. So kudos to Tina. Ron Reynolds holding strong at 209. I think that's where he's going to be the most happy, is at around that 209 average. So he has not taken the dip in the average like he had been the last few weeks. He bowled pretty good. He shot that 666. Neil Brady is just climbing the charts. When he started out with 185 average, now he's at 206 off that 760 game or 750 series. He passed Jose. Jose's still in third at 204 with his average. For the ladies, Camilla's still dominating, although it did drop by a pin. She's at 180 now instead of 181. Nancy Davis continues to drop. Unfortunately, she was in the 140s. Now she's at 137. What's wrong, Nancy? Come back. Tina Saunders dropped a bit. She's at 127. She's at 129 trying to crack to 130, but she went backwards. Brandon, Mark's favorite section of bowlers, the most improved.
Improved sandbagger. Yeah.
Brandon Jolly still leading at 23 pins. Peyton at 15 pins and Neil at 15 now all of a sudden. He's cracked the biggest sandbagger list. And Camilla leading in all categories, of course. She's the leading for the ladies. 10 pins over her average. Tina Clay in second, though, at 588, and Anna Marie Davis 1.94. And for the most valuable bowler, most valuable player, MVP race for the men, we have a new name in the top 3. Andre Udrico is still leading with 63 points. That could adjust, though. Actually, no, I don't think it will because he lost all his points. So even though that post bowl's not in here, I think he's still at 63. Neil Brady is at 60. So he's the one that cracked the top 3. He won all his points. Brandon Jolly got knocked down from second to third. He's at 59 points. My dogs are going crazy. Camilla Woodmansey, again, leading all ladies categories at 56. And Anna Marie Davis, 43. And Tina Saunders at 40. Don't forget, League, whoever's listening, start time is at 8 o'clock. We're going to be on a fresh shot, but tell your teammates, anybody who's listening, we bowl at 8, so try to be there by 7:40, 7:45. We can all get ready. We'll have an early night. We'll be the only ones there. We're going to have fun. So be there before 8 o'clock when we start practice.
I was going to say, man, what a Cowboys game this week. They tried to lose it, and they could lose it.
Who would have taken the under? Man, can you imagine whoever took the under in Vegas and they're sitting with 3 minutes to go and they only scored, I think it was, was it 20 or no, it was 33, and I think the over was 44. And they're sitting pretty like, man, I'm doing good. It's going to end in 3 minutes. And then all of a sudden the game's over and it's 61 points or something like that. It was crazy. So I can't imagine whoever took the under on that one and got their ass kicked.
Giving up an 85-yard touchdown when in prevent defense is just terrible.
That's horrible. Me and my wife were sitting there watching the game, and then they scored, and I said, he could miss this extra point, and sure enough, they bobble the snap, and then the Commanders kicker misses the extra point. It was so funny. Did you watch the game,
It was not the kicker's fault. It was not the kicker's fault.
No, it was the snap. The snap was low. The holder could do everything he could to get it up right before the kick, but when you do that, that still gets in your head while you're kicking.
Yep.
So I even told my wife, I said, watch him miss this kick now.
And then the Cowboy guy that intercepted it, he wanted a trophy for his trophy, so he scored. Hang on to that ball.
Mike McCarthy was mad at him. He said, don't you know this team got that Hail Mary a couple weeks ago? So he was mad at him. He said, why didn't you drop? I'd have told the guy, though, go score. You're a special teamer. You probably never played football. Go score.
Yeah, and he wanted the football first trophy case. You know what I mean? The first score.
They ain't going anywhere else this year. They ain't going to the Super Bowl. Lions got that covered.
Kidding. So, I mean, the guy, that's just, what was his touchdown, and he needed the for a trophy case.
He did. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Y'all didn't hear?
No, what?
Dak is going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. What year?
No, here he bought his ticket.
Oh, he bought the tickets. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's got front row seats.
Yep.
He'll probably be sitting next to Jerry.
The only way he can get there.
Well, I wonder who'll get there first, him or Cooper Rush.
Shit. I don't know.
Now, I think Mike McCarthy's done for the year. He's going to find some way to get fired. I guarantee you Deion Sanders and Shagur Sanders are going to be the newest Cowboys next year.
Unless Giants don't pick him up.
I'm going to put money on it right now, $20 to whoever wants to take it. Jerry Jones will never let that happen. He basically runs the league. He said, Deion's our guy. I don't care if Shagur wants to go to the Giants and whatever the hell he's tweeting and after every Giants loss and he's cheering. I guarantee you, whatever it takes, he's going to give Deion a blank check.
I'll take that bet.
All right, $20.
$20.
So the bet is Deion Sanders is going to coach the Cowboys.
I'll take the bet.
All right, you got it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hearing us ramble on about the horrible week that we all had.
All.
Yeah, we all did. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in and being a true supporter of our podcast. We truly love you. And come say hi to us on Tuesday nights at 9 o'clock in Louisville, Texas. We're always here to say hi, sign some autographs. Do it before Mark croaks. Okay, he's up there. Yeah, so we're always here to help y'all and love y'all and give you some advice about bowling.
And it's 8 o'clock this week.
Yes.
Yeah,
8
You
o'clock.
can, yeah, you can show.
It's 8 o'clock.
Yeah, if you want to show up at 9, Chris, that's fine. I'm sure your team won't mind.
Probably wouldn't.
He's always an hour late anyways.
Yeah, they won't mind.
So be there, guys. Have fun. Love y'all. Hope to see you next time back here again. If I don't, then fuck you. All right?
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 8 o'clock sharp.
All right.
Have a good night.